Hey sixth graders, welcome to your first sixth grade math video. This video is on place value. So at the top of the next page in your notebook, or if you're using a piece of paper, make sure you write down place value at the top so that you know what your notes are on when you go back to find them to use. You don't need to write these learning targets down, but the learning targets of this video are being able to identify the place of any given digit, being able to identify a digit given the place value, and being able to identify the value given a digit. This is the green place value chart that you maybe got in class today. If you did not get it in class today, just leave a little bit, maybe a quarter part of the piece of paper in your notebook for you to tape this chart in. And then you'll be able to use it for the future. If you want to copy this table down, if you didn't get the chart, you can, but you do not have to. And if we just look really quickly at this chart, we can see that it is broken up into the whole part and the decimal part, and the decimal is what splits up the whole and the decimal part. So this is how many wholes we have, and this is how many parts of a whole we have to get to the next whole. You know the ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, and millions. And then you may or may not remember that when we say our whole part, and then the decimal, we say and then we say how many tenths, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, or millions. Whatever the number ends in the decimal part, that's the place or the word that we say after it. And notice that all the words in the decimal part after the decimal end in TH, so that's how we know that it's the decimal part versus the whole part. Why do you think it's important to understand the different values of digits in a number? Well, let's say we have the number 392 and 5/10. Well, if we don't understand that this is hundredths and maybe we're measuring something and I think it's tens and I say, we need 39 inches of ribbon, but really we would need 392 inches of ribbon, so we would be very, very, very short. We can think about money as well, and let's say we have $42.93. And if we didn't realize that this is the tens place and we look in our bank account and we're like, awesome, we have $4,293. And then you go spend a bunch of money and all of a sudden you realize you're way in the hole because actually you only had $42.93. So that's why it's important to understand the different values of the digits in a number. All right, I would like you to write these 3 words down. So let's start with writing the word place, and then write this example. Write in 492, in which place is the 9? So the place is where it is located and what we would call it. So we know that the 9 is, and there's no decimal, so we know that the 2 is the ones place, which means the 9 is in the tens place. So we would say that the 9 is in the tens place. So that's what place is the word form of where the number is. And then we have digit, which is the actual number of what's in a certain place that we want to figure out. So if we have 3,157, we want to know what digit is in the hundreds place, or what number is in the hundreds place. So we know that 7 is ones, 5 is tens, 1 is hundreds, and you can definitely be using your green chart if you have it in front of you. And when we do more place value stuff and you have that chart in front of you, that will help as well. But 1 then is the digit in the hundreds place. So we have hundreds place, and then the 1 is the digit. And then lastly, we have value of a digit. So what is the value of the underlined digit? So first of all, this number right here, we would say it as 29,900,710. So the underlined digit, we can see the 1 is in the tens place, and there's only 1 in that place. So 110 would equal 10. And I'm going to show you another number so I can show you a different value. So the value of the 1 would be 10. So let's say we have 461, and we also want to know the value of this digit right here. Well, that's in the tens place, and there's 6 tens, so the value would be 60 because 6 tens is 60. The value of this 4 right here, it's the hundreds. So then there's 400, so the value then would be 400. All right, we're going to do a couple examples of each type of problem that we just did. So identify the place of any given digit. So I would like you to write down just this number, 73,612. And remember, you can pause this video at any time and then unpause it when you're done writing something down. So 73,612. And then we want to know in which place is the 3. So I'm going to delete that. And I'm just going to underline the 3. And the place that the 3 is in is going to be, because we have ones, tens, hundreds, so that's going to be thousands. Remember to use your chart if you have it. I want you to do this problem really quick. Pause me, do it, and then come back and check your answer. So we have 12 hundredths. In which place is the 2? I can see the 2 is 2 after the decimal. So the 1 is tenths, which means the 2 is hundredths. Okay, identify the digit given the place value. If you're feeling comfortable on these, stop me and do both of these problems in your notebook. You can just write down the number and then whatever the digit is, and then unpause me and see if you got them correct. In 83,547, what digit is in the 10,000s place? So I always like to start from the end if I don't have my chart, and so that I make sure I count correctly. So I have ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. 10,000s. There's no TH after it, which makes sense because there's no decimal anyways, so then I know it's to the left, and that's going to be an 8. And then in 5 and 79 hundredths, which digit is in the tenths place? I know tenths is right to the right of the decimal, which is 7, so then it's going to be 7. And lastly, we have identifying the value of the digit. So if you feel comfortable and you want to pause me and go ahead and try all 3 of these on your own and then come back and check, feel free. Otherwise, follow along with me in your notebook as I go through them. So our first number is 7,234,487. The 8 is underlined. 8 is in the tens place. So we have 8 tens, which is going to give us 80 as our value for 8. We have 83,205,200. The 3 is underlined. That is in the millions place. And remember to use that chart, or if you don't have it, you can always pause the video and go back and look at the chart. 3 millions then would be written like this. And then we have 352 and, because that decimal point tells me I say and, then 9,382 10,000s. I say 10,000s because 2 is in the 10,000s place. But the 8 is underlined, which is in the thousands. So we have 8 thousandths, which would then be written as 8 thousandths, just like that. All right, so that sums up place value. So remember that you can go back and rewatch any part of this video that you want to re-listen to or take more notes on, or just rewatch if it was just a little bit confusing. You can do that on any of the videos. And then remember to look back over your notes, make sure that they're neat so that you're able to read them tomorrow in class and use them. And also make sure your notebook is in your backpack so that you have it in class tomorrow to use as well. Have a great day, everyone.